Hello, everyone. So, we have another fanfiction. This is Her Favorite Soda by nurulsan. Hopefully, I did not butcher that. I should not be wearing headphones for this. Also, for those who, because some people, I've gotten a comment or two saying, hey, it's a good idea. For anyone that wants to give this a try, don't record with headphones. It's going to sound a little bit weird. I would actually get used to it, without headphones if you can, and then go from there. Anyway, this is an FF7 fanfic. Obviously, on a hot day, Tifa and Aerith sat together and talked. Yeah, I think we've all been there. This is called Her Favorite Soda. So with that, let's begin. How's it taste? It was a day enduring extreme thirst for the entire party. The weather scorched like embers in grates, frying them right to the bones, and their eyes itched, their lungs squeezed dry, the levels of Mako contaminating the atmosphere were on records high, and being alive at this specific time was sheer torture. Resting behind a large rock, Tifa was wishing she could avoid the rest of the party for a while. She needed a break. There was a hollowness that made her feel fragile, like a cracking empty shell, constrained under pressure. But the current presence that shortly ignored this need, a mellow, soft voice, didn't seem to make her want to chase it away. Huh? She looked above and saw Aerith hovering, smiling happily with her pair of green bright orbs gleaming against the sunlight, and she smelled of the rare flowers Tifa had seen somewhere around Midgar as she sat beside her, cross-legged. How's it taste? Aerith playfully tinkered with her fingers at the bottle Tifa was indolently holding. Oh, it's great. I guess apple soda's still my favorite, if you... Tifa scrutinized it for a second. Her words trailed off in an inaudible murmur, which didn't seem to perturb Aerith, as she didn't probe her to finish them, but instead nodded, either in agreement or acknowledgement. Tifa was not sure. I see. And he knew that exactly? Knew what? Who? Cloud, silly. Tifa turned to Aerith, who was still smiling and gazing at the skies ahead. Her hair seemed to glow strangely in bright auburn, but Tifa thought she looked beautiful and pristine. That tempted her to look at her own hands, which made her scowl to herself. They were scruffy, calloused, dehydrated. And she sighed at the sight of them for the third time that day. Hello? Are you even listening? Aerith chaffed. You've been strangely staring at your hands. Are you okay? She placed a hand on Tifa's forehead, brows knitted, trying to detect any abnormal heat from her. I'm fine. Jeez, Aerith. Enlighten me. Where did I lose you? Tifa took her hand with her on her lap, squeezing it gently. It provided her a kind of long-lost comfort she had seemed to have wanted some time. Forget it. You must be very tired, aren't you? She chortled, resting her head on her shoulder. You know I'll always be there to help you, right? With her free hand, she peeled Tifa's hand that was holding hers and caressed it. She loved and admired the demure quality, in spite of the variegated roughness of it that she couldn't quite escape from. Tifa sneered beside her. Give me another 2 years or so, I'd probably give Barrett's bad hand a twin. Barrett turned around to glimpse Barrett boasting something to Yuffie, his bad arm attached with a fire gun visibly shining from the distance, and soon enough she was shaking with laughter as she imagined Tifa with the same awkward semblance of that. The uplifted mood was contagious, and Tifa was already beaming, the pain in her eyes having gone for now, and just for now. The two of them ogled at each other for a moment, their eyes conveying their thoughts. Their convoluted loneliness, pain, worries, and sadness were simplified in a well of unlimited companionship. They intertwined their arms, once again, inscribing the unspoken promise within their souls, never to be erased with time. You know, Tifa, you shouldn't be bothered by how your hands look. Those hands are what's protecting us, feeding us, and caring for us. Without you, we'd probably have to pluck leaves from trees. Do you think it'd be that bad? Tifa whispered, as if someone could hark her from that distance. You bet. Well, maybe on some occasions I could feed them flowers if we get sick of those greens. Both of them burst into laughter, causing their friends behind them to yell at them and share the joke, which they naturally ignored. What about Yuffie? I'm sure she knows how to whip up some Utayan food. It's not that. Oh, you know, she might drop one or two materia in there thinking it may make the dish taste better. Tifa giggled at Aerith's jest. Well, if worst comes to worst, Cloud can be of some hope. He can be good at something if he puts his mind to it. Don't you think so? Aerith smiled and nodded in agreement. But he'd need motivation to keep at it, you know. Motivation. Oh, that's no problem since you're around. He could do with that. You think so? There was an added cheerfulness in Aerith's voice Tifa could sense, and it made her skin tingle. Yeah. But do you think it's a coincidence that there's only one apple soda? What? Aerith responded with another chuckle, and before she could proceed with words, Sid was already shouting at their direction to return to Highwind. To resume their journey to Wutai, she got up, releasing her arms from Tifa's and lifting her friend from the patch of grass they had been sitting on. What is it, Aerith? What about the soda? Oh, don't worry about it, but I guess I'll just need to tell him my favorite, too. Tifa watched her friend leave, scurrying towards Cloud as she started for Highwind, whose eyes met hers before Aerith ebulliently greeted him, wrapping an arm around his shoulders. Tifa steered her eyes away and started to move to join them. She understood the underlying intention from the question asked, and yet refused to believe that he knew what was her favorite soda and all. How could, and why would he? Yeah, go tell him. I'm dead sure he'd be pleased to know. So, this was her favorite soda, and since I've actually lost a fair bit of weight since I started these readings, I don't drink a whole lot of soda anymore. I do drink a lot of water additions because of my nerve condition. I have like a B vitamin addition to my water, and I drink a lot of that because I'm B vitamin deficient. So, but yeah, I can understand just you have to have that specific flavor. For me, it used to be cherry. Black cherry was or cherry cola when I drank a lot of soda. So that, I think back in high school, I could pound, I think my record was somewhere between 10 and 12 liters. Yeah, 12, because it was a 3 liter, the 2 liter, 3, 5, and then I got a 1, and then I had 3 2 liters in the locker, so yeah. 12. I went through a lot of liquid in those days. And no, I'm not pre-diabetic. That's one thing every doctor has checked for a guy my size, but no, it's one of those things when you get really hot and tired, you want something that with a little bit of fizz to it, and I can understand that. And sometimes you just want that favorite flavor. So go on, tell a friend your favorite flavor. Maybe they'll buy one for you. Anyway, thank you for listening. Once again, links are down below to the author, and if I did my job and got some pictures for the things, to the artist as well. And once again, ta-ta for now.